Every single day, MIgardener receives over 700 seed orders from gardeners just like you. In today's episode, we're going to follow the journey of a seed packet from the moment it gets packed all the way to your door. Let's go. Here at MIgardener, once we get seeds in from our grower, oftentimes we get quite a lot of seed and it comes in on a pallet. Now we have over 50 different growers that grow for us, and all of our growers are different sizes. Some grow 1 or 2 varieties, others grow 10 or 15 different varieties for us. And when we bring it in, we like to catalog it by variety so we know where it's at, so we can just grab it pretty quickly. So today we're going to be picking the Grand Rapids lettuce here. So we've got our Grand Rapids packets, and we got our Grand Rapids seed. This is a huge bag of lettuce seed. But again, you have to remember, this bag of lettuce seed is going to pack 1,000 different lettuce packs here. And we'll do that throughout the year 5 or 6 times. It's pretty crazy how much lettuce seed we go through. But this allows us to have very fresh seed. Well, a lot of places, they order so much that it usually sits around for a long time. Our average turnaround time for a bag of lettuce seed like this is generally 3 to 4 months. So over the course of a year, we're getting probably 3 or 4 shipments from our grower of lettuce seed, all fresh from different crops. Make sure that the viability is as high as it can be. And then once we grab our seeds, we can either take it to one of 2 places, either the hand packing station or the seed packing machine. All right, so we're gonna put these on the seed packing machine today, and we have 3 different seed packing machines to work with. We're soon going to have a 4th here really soon. We're really excited about it. But these seed packing machines here, I have 1, 2, and then 3 over there. They are our prized possessions here at the office. They make a huge difference when it comes to how fast we can produce a pack of seeds and get it out to all of you. Now, this is our oldest machine. This is what we call Old Reliable. And then this machine right here, this one is Hodag for a good reason. Well, it has to do with the sticker on the side. But different machines have different names. They also like to throw little stickers on the side, gives it kind of some personality. And so when we get our packets, the first thing we have to do is get the machine set up. And how we pack our seeds on these machines is by using a scoop. Now, each one of these scoops is basically like a measuring scoop. Now, this measuring scoop here is called volumetric. We know roughly how many seeds will fit into this measured volume. This is a half tablespoon. For different seeds, we might use a 1/4 teaspoon. And depending on what we're packing, that decides the volume of the scoop, which is going to give us our approximate seed count. A lot of you think that we count every single seed out, and that's just not practical. Oftentimes what we do is we estimate how much seed is going to go into a scoop, and then from there, we adjust the scoop up or down to hold either more seed or less seed, so we can really kind of fine tune that. And we look for about a 5% margin of error, so that if it says 100 seeds, you're going to be getting roughly about 105 seeds, give or take. We just want to make sure that we have that overage rather than the underage. We try to, at least. All right, so we're just going to change out the scoop here. We're going to go from this large scoop down to this much smaller scoop here, so that we have a little bit more accuracy with what we're packing. And believe it or not, these machines are actually almost 100 years old. They were first produced by a company called the Brown Bag Filling Machine Company. And then that was turned into the Ballard Seed Packing Company. And the Ballard machines, they're since out of business. They were basically used all the way from World War II up until the late 70s. And the real cool thing is all their machines actually have a serial number on them. And so you can kind of tell how old your machine is depending on the serial number. And so this one here, Old Reliable, was number 655. Now that might seem like just an ambiguous number, but believe it or not, there was actually tens of thousands of these machines produced at one point. And so out of the big picture, it's actually a pretty low number, which is kind of impressive. But now that we've got our scoop here, we just need to dial it in to our rough measurement. And I've been doing this for so long, I can kind of just eyeball what that rough measurement is going to be. It's roughly like that. And we'll test it out once we actually get it up and running. We put it in the machine and we're ready to rock. So always manually turn it over first. get it going, and then we're gonna throw some seed in. This is the most satisfying experience, or it's one of the most unsatisfying experiences. Let's see if I can grab it right the first time. Oh, it feels so good. Getting that bag pull on the first try is like, it's just so satisfying. I love it. It's good. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our seed. We're gonna throw our seed into the machine. We're gonna load it up in the top popper. Get a good amount of seed loaded in. We're gonna pivot this through, get some seed moving in the machine here, catch it in the bottom. Okay, then we're gonna measure it out to make sure we have the right amount. All right, so we're going to stick our measuring cup under here, capture that seed coming out of the chute, and then we're gonna take our measuring spoon here just to give us a good accurate measurement. And we are quite a bit over. So what I need to do is I need to dial that scoop back so that we have less seed, because obviously we want to give a good value, but can't give away the farm. There we go. Try it one more time. Just about right. We want just about a little bit of a rounded ½ teaspoon on lettuce. That gives us our 1,000 seeds that we're looking for. Now what we're doing, once we got our seed measured out to the right amount, is we're going to get our packets loaded into the packet chute here, and we're going to weigh it down. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. With these old machines, they are really finicky, but they can be really efficient and super fun. So we're gonna turn her on, and it's a little noisy, but we're gonna cycle this through a couple times just to get it accepting the packets, make sure everyone's agreeing. Because the thing is, again, with these machines, everything is done fine-tuned by hand. I've worked with these machines since I was in high school, believe it or not. And after about 8 years of working with these machines, they speak their own language. You can tell exactly what they're doing, what you need to change, what you need to adjust, just by the sounds and the look that the sounds they're making and the look they're giving, the way that they grab the packets. Once everything's working, it's great. But in between packets, every once in a while, you'll have a millimeter of difference off with the way the packet is folded, the way the packet came off the folding press, the amount of latex that is produced on the fold. All those little nuances have to be accounted for and adjusted. Sometimes it's great. From what I'm seeing, I would say it's great. And then at that point, we run it. And this is the fun part. I mean, this is the fun part. This is where you start to see the benefit of having a machine, because while we employ over 30 people here at MIgardener, this does the job of 2 people. Typically, when we're hand packing, which we'll do in a second, we would hand fill and someone would hand seal. And in those cases, that takes 2 people. And this does the job of 2 people in like half the time. So it's technically like 4 times more efficient, really. Really awesome. And so once we get our seed packets, we just gotta give them a 1-2 check, make sure they all look good. We don't wanna send out any bad packets, obviously. Give them a good little crease just to make sure they're nice and sealed. We don't want any seeds falling out in transit. And once those packets are done, we throw them into a bin and they go onto our shelf, ready to be filled in one of your orders. Now we're gonna talk about hand packing. So seeds oftentimes are too small or they're too expensive to pack on the machine. And because of that, we don't wanna risk throwing away money or overpacking or underpacking if they're too small. So because of that, seeds like basil are hand packed. And it's a time-consuming process. Usually we have 2 people doing it, but we sit here for several hours a day. This measurement here is for our holy basil, extra small seeds. We take a 1/64th teaspoon is what we found holds the right amount of seed. And we do count, believe it or not, we do count every single seed the first time we scoop, because from year to year, the seeds can be slightly smaller or slightly larger, and we need to make adjustments for that. And so every single year, we will take that 1/64th, we'll put it on a table, we'll count every single seed to make sure that you actually are getting what you pay for. And that's something that I don't think a lot of companies do, but it's the MIgardener difference. We really do care about delivering quality and consistency with the seeds that we sell. And this is not even half of it. This is hand packing, and we even go one step further with our even smaller seeds or our very limited quantity seeds like strawberry, and those are what we call double baggers. Those are a real treat. Those go into a Mylar plastic baggie that then goes inside of the actual seed packet itself so that no seeds fall out. Extra small seeds or very expensive small quantity seeds will go into those Mylar bags so that we don't lose seed in transit. But that is hand packing, and that's the same process. We'll go through and hand fold them just like the machine does to ensure that every single one has a good seal. You're not losing any seed, and it allows us to pack those seeds that are very expensive and very small. Those will get packed and thrown into a bin, and those also go on the shelf. Once all of our seeds are packed and they're on the shelf, that's where the fun begins, and that's time to fill an order. Every order that gets received comes in on this computer and gets printed out at the start of the morning. We pair up the packing list with the shipping label. And it looks like we're at Chuck E. Cheese. It's crazy. And if you check it out, so once the orders get all printed and matched up, they come over here, and you can see we have our little order clock here. As you can see, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We're having a pretty good day. We'll definitely hit that 700 mark by the end of the day. They all go into bins based on their order size, and essentially we will put them where they need to go, because some orders don't start on zone A, which is our basil. It's all listed alphabetically. So with something like artichoke or basil, if they don't have artichoke or basil, it just goes to zone 2. And that really helps us kind of speed through orders, be more efficient with how an order gets processed. And then from there, we can start to pick an order. Once an order gets matched up in the bins, then we start packing them. This one is going to go to Linda in Minnesota. So Linda in Minnesota, I'm going to pack your order here. And it starts off zone A1. So she got a Kentucky Wonder pole bean. We're gonna get our Kentucky Wonder here, bean 24, there we go. And she got a Detroit dark red beet, a Little Fingers carrot. So we're gonna go over here. Everything is alphabetical, as well as organized by SKU. So it's kind of like the Dewey Decimal System of seeds. It really helps us to kind of know where things are at. All right, and then coming on this way, she's got a fennel. So we're gonna go jump over. Now, traditionally what we would do, as you can see, is all these zones have stations. That way we're not moving, we're not doing a ton of walking. Walking is wasted steps here at MIgardener. And so because we want to be as efficient as possible and reduce wear and tear on our bodies, we have these wonderful foam compression mats. Really helps your spine, your back health, your feet. But also to reduce that, we don't do that much walking. We basically have a zone that we're dedicated to, and then that gets set down, those pile up, and the person will handle the next zone. And we basically bucket brigaded around the zones, which is really, really helpful. All right, so now we're gonna get this fennel here, but I'm gonna fill the whole order from start to finish, just so that we can show the journey of this order going to Linda. Now that we got that fennel, we're gonna get a California poppy. Next, Linda got a lettuce. She got a prize head leaf lettuce. So head over to our lettuce section here. She's got a prize head leaf lettuce. And last but not least, she grabbed a Bequinho red pepper. So we gotta head over to the pepper section and get her a pepper. Alrighty, Pep 59. Oops, we're over here, Pep 59. There we go. So now that this order is complete, it's gonna go over to the checking station, because we are human, we do make mistakes. So once it comes time to getting an order checked, we have a whole line of designated checkers that we basically take all these bins and we sit here and check them. Now, we used to check them by hand, and we found out that it was still not as perfect as we wanted it to be, simply because as humans, when you're checking a large order, you can still make mistakes. And so we eventually switched over to the 21st century where we use barcodes. The very first year, we're actually using barcodes. Believe it or not, every single packet is associated with a barcode. And so what we're going to do is we're going to scan Linda's order. Activate the scanner there. Now her order is queued up in the system, and we're going to scan each packet one by one to make sure that Linda gets exactly what she paid for, so that we make as minimal mistakes as possible. That helps to cut down on cost, because mistakes are costly. We ship an order out with a mistake in it. We have to ship another order with the correct seeds, and so that costs us double. And so this actually really helps to save time. Now this order is done. We're gonna stamp it. Every stamp has that person's name on it, so you know who checked your order. And once that order is checked, and we know that we have an order that is complete and perfect, that order gets sent off in the mail via one of our 3 carriers that does pickups daily here at the headquarters, and they are on their way to someone's garden. So now that we have completed this order, we are going to peel, we don't like the latex here. We get our order all sealed up. It goes into our bin, waiting for the Postal Service. And as you can see, we have no shortage of mail. Check it out, look at this. Look at this thing. This is one of 2 bins full of mail, and we still have another 2 hours to go. We usually fill up roughly almost 3 of these every single day. And oftentimes during busy season, they have to bring 2 mail trucks or a big one. So that is the journey of a seed packet from seed to your door. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all learned something new. I also do want to give a quick little mention to MIgardener.com. We've been in business now for 14 years. The reason why we've been in business for 14 years is not by luck. It's by sheer actions. What we do every single day is we live out treating you, the gardener, the way that we'd want to be treated as gardeners ourselves. Really going the extra mile when it comes to customer service, quality, price, availability, and also ease of use. The user experience at MIgardener I'm really proud of because myself, Cindy, my wife, and our team of 30 people have really honed our skills to make sure that you have the most streamlined, user-friendly experience to order seeds and make gardening more fun. If you want to go check out MIgardener.com, all of our seeds are $2 a pack, and you can use a special code if you've never shopped with us before or if you've never used the code. You can use the code TRY10 to save 10% off your order. It's just our way of saying thank you. And even though we know that we provide twice as many seeds on average for about half the cost on average of most seed companies out there, we know that it's still nice to get a little coupon every once in a while, a little thank you, a little gift. And so that's our gift to you for your first purchase. Go check it out. And also, I'm also very proud to say that MIgardener seeds are one of the only seed companies that offers a 2-year satisfaction guarantee. If your seeds do not sprout for any reason, or you are bummed or frustrated by your seed sprouting experience, it doesn't matter. Even if it was your fault, we'll refund it. We stand behind our seeds that much, and that's why we proudly put MIgardener at the top of every single packet, because we stand behind our quality. So if you want to take advantage of that code and experience the MIgardener difference and have your order part of this bin, go check out MIgardener.com. And as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel reminding you to grow bigger. Take care. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.